A regular meeting of the City Council held in Council Chamber on Thursday, May 14, 2015 at 7 o'clock p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice of this meeting was posted on May 7, 2015 at 4:54 p.m. This meeting is being taped and is live on SATV. Absent councilors being none. Council President Sargent presided. Council O'Keefe moved to dispense with the reading of the record of the previous meeting. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. President Sargent requested that everyone please rise to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Councilor Gerard.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public testimonies. Nobody signed up for public testimony. Any council testimony? Councilor Fury.
Point of personal privilege, please, Mr. President, fellow members. Earlier this evening, I think the city of Salem was really had a rare, distinct privilege to have a group of professional city clerks from all around the country. And you all come in and observe a meeting of the subcommittee that took place before this meeting. And they came from all around the country. They were listening to what was going on. And our city clerk, Cheryl LaPointe, and our assistant city clerk made time out of their busy schedule to talk to them individually and answer any questions. It was a wonderful, informative session. And I just told them on a personal level how important the role of the city clerk is to our meeting tonight as we talk. And it's a wonderful agenda that we have and all the backup materials that we have. And it's due to the help and teamwork of our city clerk, Cheryl LaPointe, and our assistant city clerk, Eileen Simmons, that we're very lucky.
Simons.
And they were just, Simmons, I apologize.
Simons.
Simons, my mispronunciation. So we were very lucky to have them come in to observe, and how lucky we are on a personal level to have Cheryl and Eileen in the city clerk's office. We have a nice room named after Josephine Bushel, a former city clerk, and a room that you're in now named after a predecessor, Debbie Birkinshaw. The role of the city clerk is so important to all of us to make these meetings smooth, and on city council watching us now, reading us in the paper later on maybe, it's their work that makes us shine. They're the wind beneath our wings. And we're very, very lucky to have Cheryl and Eileen. And the committee, the group that came here, was very pleased by what is happening here in Salem. Thank you, Cheryl, for all your help, and thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Fury. Any further council announcements? Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to announce that the Friends of Green Lawn are going to be having a birding walk on Saturday morning at 6 a.m. So please bring your own binoculars.
Thank you, Councilor Gerard. Any further announcements? Being none. Hearings being none. Appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Jimmy Chitsinos to serve as a full-time member, currently an alternative member, of the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire July 1st, 2015.
Councilor Famico.
Mr. Casino lives in my ward. I think it's great that Mr. Casino is looking to become a full-time member. As it says, he's currently a alternate member, local business owner in the community, a couple different businesses. I believe he's here tonight in the corner. I'd like to thank him for applying for this, and I'd ask for confirmation by roll call vote.
Thank you, Councilor Siegel. Any further discussion? Councilor Ripley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm in strong support of Jimmy. I was a former member of the zoning board with him. He makes a strong candidate. I'm thrilled to see that he's willing to come in as a full-time member.
Thank you, Councilor Ripley. Any further discussion? Being none, Councilor Siegel has asked for confirmation by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Turiel?
Yes.
Councilor Siegel?
Yes.
Councilor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Legault?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes. Thank you. On the mayor's appointment of Jimmy Chincinos, the Zoning Board of Appeals, as a full-time member, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative. The ayes have it. The matter carries.
Mr. President, suspension of the rules to let
Council Segal.
Cindy speak if you'd like to address the council.
Council Segal asks suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none, Jimmy Cincinos.
Thank you, everyone. Obviously, I'm going to take great pride in what I do and continue doing what I'm doing for the city of Salem and for you also. I'm not very much of a speaker, so I'm just here to say thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'll try not to let you down. Thank you very much.
Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Tracy Ware to serve as a member of the Bicycle Advisory Committee with a term to expire May 1st, 2018.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion.
Yes, Ms. Ware is a professor at Salem State University. She teaches in the biology department, for little extra info there. She also is part of Mass Bike and the Salem State University Sustainability Program, or committee, I should say. Ms. Ware is actually an excellent example of what more people in Salem should be doing. She's a commuter via bicycle to the university. It has helped bridging the gap between the university and the city a little bit more. She's looking to look into ways that the university can expand bicycle accessibility to the downtown and to provide opportunities for not only students but staff members to be able to get to and from without needing to clog up our roadways a little bit more. I look forward to continuing to work with her in this capacity, and also I'm proud that she lives in our ward. And I thank her for giving more of her time to be part of one of our committees.
Thank you, Councilor Famico. Councilor Legault.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you, I most definitively support this appointment. I made the acquaintance of Professor Ware a few years ago. She is a person of intelligence, and she is definitely active in the community. And this is a fine appointment to the board.
Thank you, Councilor Legault. Any further discussion? Being none. Councilor Famico has asked for confirmation by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Segal?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes. Thank you. On the mayor's appointment of Tracy Ware to serve on the Bicycle and Advisory Committee, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Famico.
I ask for a suspension of the rules so that Ms. Ware can approach the council if she chooses to do so.
Councilor Famico asks suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none, Ms. Ware.
Good evening. I'm very excited, actually, to be able to be invited to serve in this capacity. Thank you very much. I've lived in Salem since 2002, and I now own a house on the Common. And I try to be an example to my students of how it's actually much faster to get through Salem on a bike. I'm very excited about the fact that over 50% of our students now live on campus, even though we have not actually expanded our student numbers over the last 10 years. Because that means we now have people who are not bringing cars, especially in the first year they're not allowed to. But I also know that there's been some disappointment that students are not spending more time and more money downtown. And so I'm very excited about the path that's being built along Canal Street and anything that can actually, along the railway lines, because many parents actually hesitate to allow their children, believe it or not, to bring a bicycle, thinking that it's too dangerous in Salem. So anything we can do to actually facilitate safe passage of students to and from grocery stores like Crosby's, downtown, Steve's Quality Market, the bike shop, any of our many restaurants and different forms of recreation, I think that actually it'll make Salem more attractive as a tourist destination to have that cyclability, and it'll also reduce traffic greatly. And I also think that it will help us to attract higher quality people to Salem State who have sustainability in mind. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Reed Cutting to serve as a member of the Historical Commission with a term to expire May 1st, 2017.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Thank you. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Cutting has served previously on several boards in Marblehead, including their Historic Commission. He currently works as an attorney out of that town, but lives over here in Salem and has, frankly, after having read all his qualifications and spoken to the man, I'm very glad he has chosen to throw his lot in with us rather than, continue to serve in Marblehead, because we could use him more. So I'm wonderful to have him, and I'm happy he's put his name forward, and I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Thank you, Councilor Turiel. Any further discussion? Being none. Councilor Turiel has moved for confirmation by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Siegel?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Lee?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes. Thank you. On the mayor's appointment of Reed Cutting to serve as a member of the Historical Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The ayes have it, the matter carries. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules to allow Mr. Cutting to address the council if he chooses.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none, Mr. Cutting.
Thank you for including me, appreciate it, and I look forward to serving.
Thank you.
This concludes my speech.
That was a good speech. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's appointment of Craig Thomas to serve as a member of the Renewable Energy Task Force with a term to expire December 3rd, 2015.
Councilor Siegel.
Held under the rules?
That move this be held under the rules? Yes. All those in favor? All opposed? The ayes have it, the matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's appointment of Paul Vichika to serve as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term to expire March 1st, 2016.
Councilor Siegel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move be held under the rules.
Be held under the rules. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Tim Shea to serve as a member of the Community Preservation Committee with a term to expire on May 13th, 2018.
Councilor O'Keefe.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members of the City Council, I move for reappointment, confirmation of Tim Shea, member of Resident Ward 7, to the Community Planning Preservation Committee, CPA.
Under discussion. Councilor O'Keefe, any discussion?
Sir?
Any discussion?
Not after.
Being none? Okay. Councilor O'Keefe has moved for confirmation by roll call vote. Any further discussion? Being none, Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes.
Counselor Siegel?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes. Thank you. On the mayor's reappointment of Tim Shea to serve as a member of the Community Preservation Committee, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The ayes have it, the matter carries. Councilor O'Keefe.
Remarks on Mr. Shea. He's retiring, I think, at the end of the month as the athletic director at Salem State University, and him and his family have devoted a lot of public service to the city of Salem, and now that he can relax, he doesn't have to listen to all the people complain in his ward about people parking that are going up and throw the balls at the new baseball diamond around the corner. And I appreciate all the work that Tim Shea has done for our ward, for the city, and his family in particular.
Thank you, Councilor O'Keefe. Communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $30,000 from fund balance free cash account to Police Department medical line.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none, Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also move for adoption.
Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This matter is to deal with line of duty injuries that several of our officers have unfortunately suffered in the past fiscal year. We budgeted an amount assuming that it would be a better year for it, and unfortunately, I believe We have the number, if I recall the number here, 8 officers have sustained work-related injuries that have required more treatment than we had budgeted for. So this is to account for some unpaid bills we have now, as well as further care through the end of the fiscal year.
Thank you, Councilor Turiel. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $30,000 from Receipts Reserve Golf Course account to Park and Recreation Golf Course account.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also move for adoption.
I move for adoption. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a transfer within the golf course accounts. They want to go out and purchase more materials to help renovate and repair all the cart paths that have fallen into disarray. Under the current management, they've done a great job of restoring much of the course to its former glory. I only regret that I haven't been able to go out and play it to any degree whatsoever, because it's always been a beautiful course that they've really done a tremendous amount in the last few years of bringing it back to its former glory. So they intend to be, they're going to save costs by using internal personnel primarily to put the material out and to do the work. So I think this is, a great step towards the restoration, and I move for approval.
Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $6,500 from Capital Outlay Equipment account to be expended for the purchase of Salem spins bike racks signage for the planning department.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also, on this one, will be moving for referral to Committee on Administration and Finance.
Any discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is this is a relatively small amount for the expansion of the Salem Spins program. Where it's been fairly successful. It's generating roughly, I don't know what the figures are from Salem State yet, but it's generating about 1,000 uses a year out of the stand by the Hawthorne Hotel. It's generating about another 500 trips a year out of the location by the ferry. And expanding it to downtown, there's been a lot of comment from people and would-be users who would like to see a location closer to the train station. The city right now is looking at a plan to put a station right near City Hall. There are some questions about where exactly to put it, where to make sure it has access at all times, and how it's going to be managed in the downtown. So we'd like to get some of those things addressed, but overall, this is for expanding the program. It's going to be a nice thing. Salem, we're doing it on a much lower budget than the program they're doing in Boston and Cambridge with the specialized kiosks and all. But this has been a very nice program. I'm looking forward to the expansion, but we'll learn a little bit more about how they're going to manage it in the downtown.
Thank you, Councilor Turiel. Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd additionally like when they come forward to A&F to discuss adding bicycle helmets to this. The Hawthorne Hotel does offer helmets as part of the Salem Spins program, but the location at the Salem Ferry does not. I know helmets can be a point of debate, but some people that use these with their children or even teens or preteens, it's a necessity for them, so to be able to package that as part of this whole discussion would be great.
Thank you, Councilor Famico. Any further discussion?
I'd also
Turiel.
move that it be co-posted so that discussion can take place.
Thank you, Councilor Turiel. On Councilor Turiel's motion to move this to the Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an appropriation of $2,126.33 from Retirement Stabilization Fund Vacation Sick Leave Buyback Account for the contractual buyback for the retirement of Catherine Fabrzewski from the Treasurer's Department.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also move for adoption.
On the motion for adoption, under discussion.
No discussion, just thanks to Ms. Fabrzewski for all her years of service.
Welcome. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
In order to accept a donation for $2,500 from the Friends of the Council on Aging and $1,000 from Mary Wagner, making a total of $3,500 to defray costs of the Council on Aging senior activities.
Councilor Milo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Councilor Milo moves for adoption. Under discussion.
Yes, sir. Thank you. These are two separate gifts. It's nice to see the Friends back, being able to support the council. The money will go towards defraying senior activities. They have a lot of different activities there, you know, for Mother's Day or Valentine's Day or whatever. I've attended them and they do a nice job. Very kind of professional, and the seniors really appreciate it. Not all the seniors have the funds to pay what it would cost per person to put, you know, these activities on. So this is great that we've now got we've got the Friends back, like I say, with this $2,500 donation. And then we've got Mary Wagner, who was very, very generous. She, from what I understand, takes advantage of the rides that the senior center provides, and she wanted to show her gratitude in this way, and we're pleased. So let's accept them.
Thank you, Councilor Milo. Any further discussion? Being none, on Councilor Milo's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
In order to accept a donation of a diesel generator from the Peabody Essex Museum to be used at the new Mayor Levesque Community Life Center for emergency backup power.
Councilor Milo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Motion for adoption under discussion.
Another great donation we have here. I checked with my my diesel generator expert, and I understand that 200 hours is like new. So we're very pleased to accept this gift from the Peabody Essex Museum. It's probably something that I don't know if we would necessarily have the funds to purchase something like this, but obviously it's something that we can really use when the power goes out. And I'm looking forward to seeing it at the new Jean Levesque Community Life Center. So,
Thank you, Councilor Milo. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd also like to rise and thank our building inspector, Tom St. Pierre. I spoke to him last week and he told me this was going to be coming up, and I think it's a great opportunity that they, through some of his efforts, was able to secure this. And down the road, when we as a community, we look at incidences of disasters and whatnot, and God forbid there's a Sandy was to happen or something like that, that this generator in that facility will be able to incorporate that new facility as to be an emergency shelter type position, that God forbid there was something major was to happen, that will be designated as a spot where it will have a backup generator so that people will have a place to go if we were to sustain an emergency. So I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's great that the Peabody Essex Museum recognized the fact that they didn't need this anymore through the new construction, and they were willing to give it up. And kudos to the, everybody involved, including Tom St. Pierre, that was able to, secure this. From my understanding, we're talking, right now it's in storage down the DPS garage in a crate in the corner someplace. So I think it's going to be a great addition to the community as we move forward, when we stop planning for disasters, and even though we don't like to talk about that kind of stuff, to be able to have a brand new facility with a generator of this capability is going to be an asset to the community, God forbid if there was something to happen. So I think it's great, and I think it's going to be a wonderful addition to that building.
Thank you, Councilor McCarthy. Any further discussion? Being none, on Councilor Milo's motion to move for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
In order to accept a donation of 10 tables and 30 chairs from the owner of the Adriatic Restaurant to be used in the downtown public spaces.
Councilor Turiel.
Councilor Famico.
Councilor Famico. Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Councilor Famico moves for adoption. Under discussion.
Yes, I'd like to thank Adriatic Restaurant for this great donation. Right now, we're working to expand the downtown a bit more and to work on revitalizing it. I'm part of the working group to what we should do in Artist Row. There'll be a public meeting held for that next month, actually. But with that area, we're expanding. The Salem Redevelopment Authority in the next week or so will be meeting to vote on putting buttercup yellow umbrellas in Derby Square. So those umbrellas added with some more tables add to really a community feel. What I would like to see, however, and I'm an idealist sometimes, would be if we could work with, say, the Design Review Board and maybe make these tables and chairs some playful, fun colors to really spruce up the downtown a little bit. I know that's not under the jurisdiction of the council, but if we have this artist community and a artist community that we're trying to promote, we should have a little fun with that in the process. But thank you again to Adriatic for this great donation.
Thank you, Councilor Famico. Councilor Legault.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you, I'd like to personally thank and offer an additional thanks to Mr. Curdy for this donation. I'm a big proponent of civic engagement by citizens and by local businesses. This is a prime example of that. I was downtown today outside of Red's, and I ran into a lady that was painting one of the fireboxes at the corner of Central and Charter Street. And she explained to me that there's actually 10 or 15 of them that throughout the city every year paint these fireboxes because it's their corner and they want it to look good and presentable. So this is the type of thing I like to see from the people and the business owners of Salem, and I thank him very much.
Thank you, Councilor Legault. Councilor Myla.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd also like to echo my fellow councilors. Thank you to Vinnie Curdy. Talking about community engagement and service, one of the other things that Vinnie does is that he maintains the No Place for Hate Committee's rock that's down right by his restaurant. He takes care of the flowers and all the vegetation around there, and he keeps it looking nice. So I think there are a lot of business people out there that do a lot of things that people don't know about, but I think people should know about them, and we appreciate them.
Thank you, Councilor Myla. On Councilor Famico's motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an order to authorize the establishment of a departmental revolving funds for fiscal year 2016 in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 53E and a half.
Councilor Toriel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Movement for adoption. All those, under discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a routine matter that we do every year to actually to maintain the revolving funds that we then authorize the use of and transfers within and their place in the budget.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. On the motion for adoption, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an ordinance amending Chapter 20, Fire Prevention and Protection, by inserting a new article for truss construction identification of residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. Full text.
Mr. President,
Yep.
I'd move,
Councilor Siegel.
thank you, Mr. President. I move we refer this to ordinance, license, and legal, co-posted with the committee of the whole. I'd also like to invite the city solicitor and the fire chief, his designee.
Under discussion.
I think it's a great cause. Basically, just glancing at this, because it just came out a couple days ago here, the idea was to put some type of emblem on certain types of buildings so the fire department knows when they go to fight a fire what type of building they're looking at. I think it's a great idea. I do have some questions of how many buildings in the city it pertains to. There is a cost associated with this, or is there maybe a better alternative way? With technology today, I don't know why it's not in the system itself, why the city isn't. I don't know why the city doesn't have every building mapped out in a computer, so when the call comes in, they would note that automatically instead of having to look on an emblem. But it's something I'd like to discuss with the fire chief and the city solicitor, so that's why I'd like to send up for a committee meeting.
Thank you, Councilor Siegel. Any further discussion? Being none. On the motion to move this to the Committee on Ordinance, Licenses, and Legal Affairs, co-posted with Committee of the Whole, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an order for a home rule petition, an act to petition the general court for conversion of 3 currently issued annual wine and malt liquor licenses to an annual all alcohol liquor licenses to be drunk on the premises of Brody's Seaport, Howling Wolf Tequila, and Nom Keg Ordinary.
Councilor Segal.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'd move this to ordinance license, refer this to ordinance license and legal, co-posted with committee of the whole. I'd also wish to invite the city solicitor. As you're well aware, we've had multiple discussions on liquor licenses in the past few months, and this is just another area of that.
Thank you, Councilor Segal. Any further discussion? Councilor Fury.
Yes, please. I hope the chairman can address this issue as soon as possible, because we all realize this is the prime time season. As tourists coming in, and restaurants are being thriving on this time of year. This is their economic lifeline there to allow them to be in business all year round. I hope we can do that as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Fury. Councilor O'Keefe.
Mr. President, thank you. Through you to the members of the council. Can the council also invite the owners of these three petitioners to
They are here.
come and speak about it then?
They're here
Not
now.
tonight, but I mean later on?
Sure.
At our meeting?
Sure.
Okay. I'd like to know,
Minded it's a public meeting, anybody can attend.
I realize that, but I'd like to know if there's been any discussion from any three of them with the licensing board about rowdiness and what have you at these places before we start, granting licenses that are year-round. I mean, I go by a couple, I have to have earplugs on when I drive by, so, in the summertime. So I'm wondering if people live above these places, whether they have any say in this matter.
Thank you,
But
Councilor
we'll
O'Keefe.
find
Just
out
quickly,
then.
Councilor Segal.
I'm not opposed to it, I voted for them all along, but, I mean, you go by some, it is just mind-boggling. One particular one, New Derby Street, is mind-boggling. It's one of the fire department can hear the calls when they come in. Enough said now, we'll send something
Councilor
later.
Segal.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll try to get this scheduled as quick as possible, but can we also invite someone from the licensing board or a designee?
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd also like to offer up a friendly amendment. And we invite Rena Sosta from the Chamber of Commerce, just to give the perspective of the Chamber. And relative to my council's suggestion that this gets, it's the busy season, they, as of April 1st, or the 15th, whatever day it is, they started on their license already. So this is, well, obviously I want to get this done as quickly as possible, but this won't affect them until come January 1, or January 15th, whatever the day is when they give up their license. I mean, they're just looking for the 3 months in January, February, March, or whatever it is, not specific on the dates, but I mean, right now they're currently operating at full. So, I mean, I think it's they've made a huge investment in the city, and they've, I think it's well worth the conversation and the topics, but I think at the same time I think we need a full scope of what's going on, and I think that Renus, if we could add him to the docket as well. Thank you.
Councilor Segal accepts all those invitees, and thank you for the point on the dates. Any further discussion? Councilor Legault.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Through you, very briefly, we have the owners of all three restaurants here this evening, and I want to thank them for coming in, and I want to thank them again for doing business here in Salem. And I just want to let them rest a little easy here. We're not here to give them a hard time. I don't think you're going to get a lot of opposition here. I think that there are just details to be ironed out, questions to be asked, in multiple areas. I have some questions as to the cost that we're assigning to this, and to be honest with you, I have questions as to whether or not it's enough. That doesn't mean we're going to charge them more, it just means we're going to talk about why we're charging them what we are. And I think we have to ask questions about the way these transfers work. We seem to be exploring new territory every day with liquor licenses here in Salem and throughout the state. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilor Legault. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Segal's motion to refer this to the Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, co-posted with Committee of the Whole, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries.
Bye.
Further communications from the mayor. I believe we have a late file.
Received after the deadline of Tuesday noon, an appropriation for the sum of $25,000 from fund balance free cash account to DPS contracted services account.
Councilor Toriel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer to the Committee on Administration and Finance.
Under discussion.
No discussion, it's a late file.
Very good. Thank you. Good answer. On Councilor Toriel's motion to move this to committee, Administration and Finance, no discussion. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. Second late file, communication from the mayor.
What was the late file?
I think that's it.
I know it's on here.
It's only the one? Very good. Thank you very much. Mayor's informational page, being none. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, in the year 2015, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicapped zones, limited time, is hereby amended by adding the following. Ober Street, in front of number 11, for a distance of 20 feet, handicapped parking tow zone. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by city charter.
Thank you, Councilor Epley. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, this is a fairly narrow street on Ober Street, but it's not traveled that frequently, other than the residents that actually live there. That being said, this is the house that's in question. It's a young family. They have 2 small children, 1 child with special needs, and this will help that family tremendously in terms of helping the family get that child onto the bus that comes to pick up that child, as well as pickups and drop-offs just for the family coming into and out of that house. And so I'd ask my colleagues for passage.
Thank you, Councilor Epley. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Epley's motion for adoption for first passage, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem City Council, May 14, 2015, ordered that the monthly financial report dated April 30th, 2015 be referred to the Committee on Administration and Finance.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's motion to move this to the Committee on Administration and Finance, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Are there any late motions, orders, and resolutions? Being none. Committee reports. Councilor Siegel.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, May 14, 2015. The Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, to whom was referred the matter of granting certain licenses, has considered said matters and would recommend approval for secondhand valuable 5 Hands Curiosity Shop, 55 Lafayette Street, and tag days for the Polish Legion of American Vets, August 1st and August 8th. Salem High School Girls Soccer, September 26th, October 31st, and Salem High School Field Hockey, October 3rd and October 18th.
Thank you, Councilor Siegel. On acceptance of the report, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion.
Any further discussion? Being none. On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Communications from city officials.
We have an appropriation in the amount of $531,000 submitted by Jane Guy, Assistant Community Development Director, for the CPA budget for fiscal year 2016.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none. Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also move for adoption by roll call vote.
A motion for adoption, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is to establish the CPA funds for this upcoming fiscal year, the appropriations. This is basically what moves the money from the bucket that has come in into the bucket preparing for us to eventually allocate to the projects that they've designated. That's the next item. So,
thank you, Councilor Turiel. Councilor O'Keefe.
Mr. President, for you, the Chairman of the Committee on Finance, there must be a hole in the bucket because there's less money. There's $531,000 and then it's $650,000. What's the difference? The bucket got a leak in it?
there's already money in the bucket.
Now that's the explanation?
Yes.
Are we going to vote on the matter of the appropriation of all of these items? Is that the chairman's?
Well, that's the next item.
215?
That's the next item.
That's the next. So your explanation is the 531 and the 650
are two different
items.
Yes.
We're rolling in dough then.
Pardon?
We are rolling in dough. Is almost 5 and 6 is 11. 1 million.
No.
No? Okay, we'll explain that later then. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor.
Jane can explain that.
Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's Motion for adoption by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Turiel?
Yes.
Counselor Siegel?
Yes.
Counselor O'Keefe?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Legault?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes. Thank you. On the matter of the appropriation of $531,000 for FY 2016 for the CPA budget, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further communications from city officials.
We have an appropriation in the amount of $650,975 from CPA funds for fiscal year 2016 projects.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Turiel moves suspension of the rules. Any objection? Being none, Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to refer this to the the Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with the Committee of the Whole.
Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is, what we just did previously was we put money in the CPA funds for this current year's worth of project. We just allocated more of the CPA reserve to that. Now, this is the amount that the CPA committee has requested be actually allocated from that reserve to projects that they have designated during the course of the next year, the 2015, 2016 fiscal years. There's a lot of stuff that they've recommended in this. Also included within this recommendation report is what the previous balance was, where they're at with this, what they'll have left over after the expenditures are done. It's pretty extensive. There's a lot of choices they made and a lot of projects. If you look at just the first page, there's a massive amount of projects that they are that they're taking on as a group this year. I have questions about a few of the choices they've made that I think it looks like they've done a lot of good, worthy projects. There's some places where I have some concerns, but I'd like to hear more from the committee on that. So when we do that, I'd also request that we invite any of the CPA committee members who wish to attend, along with Ms. Guy and anybody relevant from planning who works with this, and just be able to discuss it all.
Thank you, Councilor Turiel. Councilor O'Keefe.
Mr. President, members of the council, I also would like the members of the CPA to explain why we're taking public money for private improvement. Specifically, there's two cases here, according to these documents. One is Hamilton Hall, which is not owned by the city of Salem. And the next one is Gables, House of Seven Gables, Nathaniel Hawthorne birthplace, not owned by the city of Salem. They charge for admission. And I hear the city is giving CPA money to fix the roof at a building we don't own. So I'd like the commission to explain that. I also like to have them explain why in the artwork restoration of the city council, they're not taking the George Washington portrait that's been hanging in the hallway for millennium and bringing it back where it belongs. Now, if we can put a roof on a building, on a private building, and we can't move the artwork from the hall and put it where it belongs, I'd like some answers. And maybe we'll hear it from the CPA Commission at that time. And I know Joan will relay my thoughts to them. And they're doing a great job, but I don't think we should put public money in private hands, in private buildings.
Thank you, Councilor O'Keefe. Councilor Legault.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very briefly, I wasn't sure if we posted that with the Committee of the Whole. I would like to ask that we do that.
I did. Yes.
We did. Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Thank you, Councilor Legault. Any further discussion? Councilor Fury.
Yes, please. I was a strong advocate of the Community Preservation Act. And overall, the Community Preservation Act has done what it's saying it's trying to do. It's almost touched every single ward in this city by spreading out the Community Preservation Act, and I'm very pleased by that. And it's good to have a debate, discussion, dialogue where that's going. But they've touched a lot of places that could not have been touched and renovated over the last couple of years. I've gone to a number of neighborhood meetings in Ward 6, Ward 1 and 2, in your Ward 6 area. Amazing things done by the Community Preservation Act. So it's good to debate and dialogue and discuss. We already see the effects of the Community Preservation Act already. It's good to see it being worked on. And debate and dialogue is very good. And keep up the good work, Jane. We're very lucky to have you in the committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Fury. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Turiel's motion to move this to the Committee on Administration and Finance, co-posted with Committee of the Whole, with invited guests. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Petitions.
We have a request from residents of Federal, Andover, and Beckford Streets to hold a block party at the intersection on Sunday, May 17, 2015, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. with a rain date of Sunday, May 24th.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for approval for this spring block party and music jam session.
On the movement for approval, under discussion.
No discussion.
Being none. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further petitions.
We have license applications for 3 public guides.
Councilor Segal.
I move that they be granted.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
Being none. Any further discussion? Being none. On Councilor Segal's motion that these licenses be granted, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further petitions.
We have license applications for Seaworms and Tag Days.
Councilor Segal will waive the reading.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move they refer to Committee on Ordinance, Legal, License, and Legal.
On Councilor Segal's motion to move this to the Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Further petitions.
We have 6 claims.
Following claims, Councilor Segal will waive the reading also.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Move referred to Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs.
Councilor Segal's motion to move this to the Committee on Ordinance, License, and Legal Affairs, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Unfinished business.
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking, repeal Jefferson Avenue in front of number 399.
Councilor Turiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for second and final passage.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
Being none, thank you. On Councilor Turiel's motion to move for second and final passage, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. Councilor O'Keefe.
Move for adjournment.
On Councilor O'Keefe's motion to move for adjournment, all those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. The matter carries. We stand adjourned.